Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out, right? Two things that can't coincide, and that is blessings and bitterness. Blessings and bitterness, they cannot coincide, right? Now, being angry is an emotion, right? We all have emotions, right? So someone does something to you, you can get angry, right? Like I'm angered at an action that someone just did to me. But bitterness is when after that anger has subsided, you hold on to the offense. And when you hold on to the offense, it consumes you. It becomes your makeup, right? And let me tell you how you know when bitterness has become your makeup. It's how you talk. See, someone could have angered you 5 years ago. You held on to it. Now everything that you say is in reference to that incident. So I say this all the time, right? Like, if you're not careful, you can become the very thing that you quote unquote hate. You know, if you were a child and you had a bad childhood, you were angry, but then you held on to it. So now how you present yourself to the world is from the lens of bitterness. You see, you can get out of a bad relationship, right? And that relationship emotionally scarred you. Now, here's the thing about scars. If you tend to the wound, it will heal. If you don't tend to the wound, it's not going to heal properly. You know, when you had chicken pox, right? Well, when I had chicken pox, my grandmother would lotion me down with calamine lotion, and she would tell me, don't scratch, because if you scratch, it's going to leave scars. So I sat there and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so itching, but it stayed in my head what she said. So I didn't scratch and I didn't have no scars. You can't even tell that I had chicken. I had no scars, right? And it was because I tended to those things how it was supposed to be tended to. Now, you ever met someone, when you see them, they got all these spots on top, you're like, what happened? Well, I had chicken pox when I was younger. I was scratching them, this, that, and the other, right? Those wounds weren't properly taken care of. So now you have someone that's exiting out of a bad relationship, right? They've been praying, they've been, oh my goodness, blah, 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 right? Then God sends someone to you. God sends someone to you. This is your blessing. But because you are so bitter for what has happened, you push that blessing away because you have taken on the very thing that you hate. That's why as a parent, you have to be so careful for what you bring into how you raise your kids. This is me personally, I can't stand a person who has went through some stuff in their life, right? And they're blaming, you know what I'm saying, what they went through for how they are today. So yeah, they had a messed up relationship with their, mother, father, whatever the case may be, right? Now they say, I'm never going to be that way. But how they talk to their kids is the same way. Because the thing that you hate, you have become because you have not healed properly. What does healing properly look like? Being honest. You see, when my grandparents passed, I was angry. I was angry. I was angered. And throughout the course, I found myself bitter. And my saving grace was I was able to look in the mirror and not like the person that I was becoming. Because the person that I was becoming was going to make me be the very thing that I hated. See, I was up against a whole lot of opposition, right? I was up against a whole lot of opposition. And the very people that I did so much for turned around and lied on me. These are facts. Turned around and said the most disgusting things about me All the while I'm still helping them because it hadn't got back to me yet. But once it got back to me, I started to feel myself being bitter. And that bitterness caused me to start being like the thing that I hated. So you're going to talk about me? I'm going to tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like my favorite saying was, don't lie on me and I won't tell your truth. But after a while, I start to feel uncomfortable. I start to not like myself, right? Because I was allowing unchecked bitterness to cloud my blessings. See, I was angry, I was bitter, and God was allowing me to still wake up every day in my right mind. But I didn't value that right mind because I was so focused on being bitter. See, when you're bitter, you can never become better. So I was stuck. And then I realized, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm blessed beyond measure. I wake up in my right mind. But because I am bitter, I'm waking up not giving thanks for being in my right mind. I'm waking up thinking how I'm going to get this person back or how I'm going to get these people back. We fast forward to now, I got all that bitterness out. And what I have learned is people are going to people. That's just what they do. A liar will always be a liar. A thief will always be a thief. And what I found was me being upset with people for being who they authentically are, it was just delaying some of the blessings that I have for me. You see, you're not God, right? You're not God. You can show a person a way, but if they don't want to walk that path, they don't want to walk that path. You can want the best for a person, but if they're comfortable not being better, there's nothing that you can do. You can become bitter, but further down the line, you're going to become the very thing that you hate. So this was a quick video, right? Just think about that as you go out throughout your day. Bitter and blessings cannot reside. Some people are holding on to what has happened to them, right? And they say they use it for motivation, right? But that motivation is just really bitterness, because if someone said you ain't gonna be nothing, now you're something, you should be happy because God has blessed you. But no, you got to go on social media and to tell the people that didn't believe in you, look, they're still not gonna believe in you. They're still not going to believe in you. And because they're still not going to believe in you, you're never going to be fully fulfilled because you are holding on to something that's not making you better. And when you hold on to something that's not making you better, you miss the blessings. You miss them. There's people that have went through so much stuff in life and they haven't let it go. See, anger, that's normal. But bitter is becoming something that you're not intended to be. I see posts and I laugh. It used to make me upset, but I see posts and I'm laughing because I'm just like, why do you feel the need to come to social media and lie? You're saying that you're going to change and this, that, and the other, right? But the people that know you in real life know nothing has changed behind the scene. You just like to say it. And sometimes you got to hold these people accountable, right? When I see some stuff and I just be looking, I be shaking my head because I be seeing people like liking the stuff. And I'm like, but you know, in real life, that's not the case. But every time you like, you're feeding something inside of them. Sometimes the very love that you have is stunting what God has to reveal to that person. And love is tough sometimes. My kids, sometimes I want to do everything for them. But I know in the big scheme of things, that's not what's best for them. So sometimes my nose hurt in the moment, but later on, it's going to bless them. Like I said this before, my grandfather told me so many no's, and I didn't understand it then, but I'm blessed because of those no's. So anyways, man, I hope y'all have a blessed day.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.